Today on WAtv News, we check out a local business and their special programs, we stop by to talk to another teacher, and we jump back in the kitchen. And WAtv starts now. Good afternoon, Wheaton Academy. I'm Tegan Allison, and welcome to our 13th episode of the semester and our 37th of the year. With the fact that summer is only 17 days away, many of you may be looking for some new plants for your garden. Reporter Greta Gustafson went to a nearby greenhouse to highlight their incredible mission.
Today, I am at We Grow Dreams in West Chicago. In addition to housing a variety of plants, this garden and greenhouse center also has an inspiring mission. A small group of Naperville parents founded We Grow Dreams when they realized there were not enough job opportunities for their children who had disabilities. So in 2004, they bought the greenhouse and turned it into what is known today as We Grow Dreams. Now it offers job trainings for those with disabilities, giving them the opportunity to become team members at the greenhouse. This training helps them learn more about day-to-day business operations through over 45 different tasks that are needed to keep the greenhouse running. The team members plant, water, and space out the numerous plants in the greenhouse, including flowers, houseplants, vegetables, and more. They also help customers who are shopping and assist in stocking the shelves with products. Through this process, team members have experience working in a business and develop many social and communication skills that will lead to potential job opportunities in the future. To encourage others to make a positive impact on their local communities, We Grow Dreams also provides many group service opportunities to help with anything from job coaching their team members to working on other on-site projects in the greenhouse. We Grow Dreams encourages volunteers of all ages and experiences to come support their mission of providing more job opportunities for those with disabilities. Whether you're looking for some new plants to add to your garden this spring or want to support a local business with an exciting mission, check out We Grow Dreams in West Chicago. For WAtv News, this is Greta Gustafson.
Such an incredible business, and so close, located only 8 minutes away from here. Thank you, Greta. Another great room, located only about 8 seconds away from Studio 22, with a brisk walk, is Ms Ratliff's room. I stopped by with photographer Isabel Kelsch.
Oh, WAtv, how are you?
Good, how are you, Ms.
Good,
Ratliff?
doing well.
Got some questions for you, if that's all right.
Okay, yeah, come on in.
So our first question for you is, what is your secret talent?
My secret talent would probably be playing the violin. I played at Wheaton Academy when I was here.
That's really cool. What is a song you can listen to on repeat?
Probably Oceans by Hillsong. If you're in any of my classes, I play that on repeat.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie would probably be any of the Harry Potter movies. I love especially the fourth movie.
Describe yourself in a hashtag.
Hashtag. I would say probably hashtag plants, just because I have a lot of plants in my room and I really do love them.
What is your favorite Disney animal?
My favorite Disney animal would definitely be Dumbo or Pascal from Tangled.
What is a city that you wish to visit?
A city that I wish to visit would probably be London. I think that would be really awesome to go there.
What's your spirit animal?
My spirit animal is probably an elephant, as weird as that sounds. I just think they're so cute and they're like kind of loud, and I can be kind of loud sometimes too, so.
Define yourself in 3 words.
3 words: athletic, crafty, and slightly nerdy.
What has been your favorite WA musical?
My favorite WA musical was probably Frozen. I really liked watching Frozen and getting to see all my students perform.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
3 things I can't live without are probably my cross necklace. I got it when I turned 18. I would say my pink Bible that has my name engraved in it, and probably my softball mitt, definitely.
Finally, what is your favorite Bible verse?
My favorite Bible verse, well, I have pretty much a passage is 1 Corinthians 13. I have it in my room as well. And it's love is patient, love is kind.
That's all we have time for today.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks for letting us stop by, Ms Ratliff. And from our softball coach to baseball chatter, Rachel Cobb gives you another segment of Hear the Headsets.
There we go. Okay.
No, it's 2 ball. We're at 2?
It should be recording
What did
now.
I miss?
WAtv, maybe. We'll see.
And that is a very big floof.
I know, right?
He is the big floof.
The
I
right
could sing more Soarin' every time I hit a ball.
It worked.
Okay.
Oh, taking Daniel.
Soarin'.
That's foul.
Fun fact, moms only get a day while sharks get an entire week.
What? Oh, that took me a minute. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
taking Daniel.
Did you know that your car keys have traveled farther than your car has?
You know what? I love when like cars that
Thank you,
don't
Will.
look bougie play like really loud music.
5.
Rach, how you doing?
She's vibing.
I mean, the sport is called baseball.
What?
What?
What? That's like my
Bloopers up,
favorite
you know what
part.
this means, right?
Uh,
You're just gonna slam it.
He's gonna smack it.
Where did he go by right now? How many pitches?
3.7 feet tall.
In reality, I'm more like 418 or so.
What?
That ball's in
What
the
numbers
great
are these?
spot
420.
there, but-
Numeric system are you using?
Pounds.
Number 9.
2 number 9s. Number 9.
Number 9, this food's looking fine. I haven't been to Portillo's in a while.
I can't see.
I think so.
24, don't drop your food on the floor.
Stop that.
We will never know what it smells like underwater. Probably smells like water, if you think about it. Daniel, I never got your favorite formula. I gotta go with the Pythagorean theorem. I feel like the Pythagorean theorem is, yeah, I think it's underrated. How would you describe what water tastes like? It tastes like water. Why does it do that? Look at that net. It was a very fine rope. Croquet. Is that what they say? Croquet? Well, I don't know what. I don't speak Australian. Different language entirely.
Hockey camp. No, that's West.
Am I hockey
Orange
camp?
is-
It's an honor.
Clear.
Blue aviator sunglasses.
Great job to all of you athletes. Keep up the good work. As for the rest of you, we have some exciting news. Our very own Chef Peter is back in the kitchen with a recipe for a nice sweet treat.
What's up, Wheaton Academy? It's Cooking with Peter. Been a while. Today we're making some gooey Chex crispy treats. Let's get into it. So the ingredients we're gonna use today are 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 10-ounce bag of marshmallows, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 6 cups of our rice Chex cereal. So what you're gonna wanna do now is soften up some butter so we can use it to grease the pan that we use to put the Rice Krispie treats in. Once you finish softening up your butter, put it in a 9 by 13 inch pan and move it around like this so it kind of like gets butter everywhere so it won't like stick to it. Once you put your butter in your pan, it should look something like this. So once you have the butter in your pan, just plop the butter in here and we're just gonna melt it. Once your butter's all melted, throw in your whole bag of marshmallows and stir it. So once your marshmallows are done melting, make sure it looks something along the lines of what this looks like right here. So now once you got all that marshmallows melted, just make sure you pour in some of your Chex and keep stirring. Once you fully mix in your Chex, just pour it into your pre-buttered pan. Oh no. I literally just choked like the Falcons in 2017. Once your Chex is finally in your pan, so squish it down so it looks somewhat like a square shape. Assuming that you don't spill half your ingredients, it should fill the whole pan. When the crispy treats are done cooling down, they should have this like harder consistency and they should be easier to pick up without getting your hands all sticky. Thank you guys for watching. This is Cooking with Peter! Not Cooking with Peter and Ellie. Signing off.
Looks delicious. Thank you, Peter. There are many people who work behind the scenes here at Wheaton Academy. One example is our athletic trainer. Emma Vega had the opportunity to speak with her about what her job is actually like.
Here at Wheaton Academy, we're provided with a wonderful training staff. They come in early hours and they stay late nights. I interview athletic trainer Erin about what it's like to work with Wheaton Academy athletes.
About 20, 25 at least, that come into the room to actually get assessed. More than that, just to get ice or to say hi, or I also go onto the fields and talk to all those athletes too.
An athletic trainer's job can vary on each day working at Wheaton Academy. I asked Erin about what her typical day looks like.
So start of the day, it depends, varies on how many games there are going to be. So it's anywhere from like 20 minutes to like an hour. So 20 minutes if I just have like a game and some practices, and then up to an hour if I have like 7 different locations that I have to be at.
I then move to the most common injury that Erin has seen in the athletic room.
I would say ankle sprains and shin splints. So the most common acute injury is an ankle sprain, and the most common chronic injury would be shin splints.
Thank you, Erin, for being an amazing athletic trainer here at Wheaton Academy. From WAtv News, I'm Emma Vega.
Thanks, Emma. In other news, the weather in Illinois has been all over the place. Thankfully, we are starting to see a possible warm-up in these next few days. Greta Gustafson brings us more on this good news.
Hello, I'm Greta Gustafson, here to give you your weather report for today. So we have some storm systems that will be coming towards us and bringing us some rain, as we will see some rainstorms today, as well as some scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. And then for the rest of this week, it will be cloudy with high temperatures in the 80s. Today, the average temperature is usually 74 degrees, which is an amazing temperature to have a birthday on. So happy birthday, Tegan Allison. It's great to have you as our lead anchor today. For the rest of this week, all the temperatures are above average than they usually are. We still have chances of rain for today and tomorrow, so bring an umbrella or a rain jacket or jump in some puddles, whatever you want. And then this weekend, we will have warmer temperatures, so summer is coming. And then that is your weather report for today. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks for that warm weather report. Now let's catch you up with a couple announcements. 2 former Wheaton Academy track and field athletes celebrated major college success recently. Jonah Jones, a member of the class of 2017, was named CCIW Triathlete of the Year after he won the 3,000-meter steeplechase and the 5,000-meter run. Alyssa Mantilla, class of 2019, was named first team all-region after winning the 10,000-meter run. And just a small side note, Jonah's steeplechase time ranks 5th all-time in Wheaton College history. 4th place is still held by our very own Mr. Ball. This year's spring musical will be held outside in front of the Fine Arts Center over the Memorial Day weekend. Shows will take place on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tickets will go on sale to the general public on Thursday of this week. You can find the link to purchase tickets on the Wheaton Academy website. Wheaton Academy had its annual signing day last Friday. Senior athletes were able to take photos and show where they were committing to college. If you want to learn more about these athletes and see pictures from that day, check out Wheaton Academy Athletics on Instagram at WA_Warriors. Seniors, if you haven't already done so, make sure you get recorded by Catherine Swallow and Rachel Cobb. We want all of you represented in this end-of-the-year video. Lastly, you may not know this, but giving you the news is hard work. As the old saying goes, pobody's nerfect. Wait, check out these bloopers.
Video recording! Audio recording! Clap! No, just clap in the microphone.
With the new Space Jam movie coming out,
World Star is known for many things.
Chairs. They're a very important part of our varsity.
He releases his music under the name Young Volcano. You can also find his music in the link of his Zerg.
Should I switch hands so they can see my smiley face? Definitely doing that.
There are 8 different spring. Okay.
Tie even. I'm watching.
The younger students of Wheaton.
Personally, my favorite song. Just keep it rolling. Just keep it rolling.
Now that you've heard of,
Salt is good for the cars. Salt is good.
An exhibition of 26 of a...
Despite mixed reactions to wearing masks up to next year, that doesn't make sense.
It like just my eyes.
in Mr. Smith's,
From watching it. No, that was terrible. We need to redo that.
The number of bloopers you collect over being in a semester of WAtv is shocking. Thank you, Kenna, for putting that together. And now for your 4 things you need to know, here's Jamal Freeman.
Thanks, Tegan. I'm Jamal, and I'm here to give you your 4 things you need to know for the week. Number 1, this week we have 3 birthdays to celebrate. Coach Weisenborn's birthday is on Wednesday, and Mr. Cheney and Miss Hardy will be celebrating their birthdays on Sunday. Number 2, today you heard from head of school, Mr. Bolt in chapel, and on Thursday we will hear from our principal, Miss Hockett. Number 3, tickets go on sale for the spring musical this Thursday at 11 a.m. Seats will be limited, so set a reminder on your phones. And number 4, it's hard to believe, but we are already talking about Winterim for next year. We have a number of amazing trips within the U.S., and Mr. Thorne and Ms. Heavey are here to give us more in this week's Community Scoop.
Good afternoon, Wheaton Academy. For this week's very special edition of the Community Scoop, we are setting our sights on Winterim 2022. And I'm joined today by my special guest, Mrs. Amy Heavey. Amy, will you introduce yourself briefly, please?
Yes. Thank you all again. I am in charge of the Winterim trips here at Wheaton Academy and have loved my job. I've done different aspects of Winterim as well, but especially for 2022, we're very excited for the trips to roll out.
Amy, what are we hoping to accomplish here in this Community Scoop today?
We have a lot of things to go over, so buckle your seatbelts. We're going to talk about a little bit of the details of Winterim, our prices, the timeline, and then go through all the trips for you.
Great. Yeah, why don't you start us off just like general overview and some of the details of what we're talking through today.
Great. So even though it's May, you're going to think we are running our Winterim in 2022 for the dates of January 3 to 14. And like we said, our goal is to travel. We are doing domestic trips. Again, things may change, but we're going to roll out a couple of those things for you today. You will see on each of these slides we have a price written. Now, this may not be absolute, give or take a couple $100 on both ends, but they're a basic idea for you to think about planning and saving and working for the trips coming. With the mission trips, you are able to raise funds. As far as our timeline, we are hoping to roll out registration within the 2nd or 3rd week of school in August, so be ready and looking for applications when they roll out then.
Now, we're giving this information to you, Wheaton Academy, to begin planning, and so you have an idea of what we are thinking. We did make a difficult decision, but we think a prudent one, to keep trips domestic, that is, to the United States next year, not knowing what the international travel guidelines or restrictions will look like. And we also know, just given what we've all been through the past year and a half, we need to hold these plans loosely. Part of the reason that we decided to delay the rollout of trips was so that we could buy as much time as possible before really nailing down details like we will in the fall. That means if there are any new guidelines that come through over the summer, we'll take those into consideration as we roll out trips in the fall. And just to reiterate something that Mrs. Heavey said, the prices that we have posted here are subject to change. Part of the reason that we didn't even include the trip leader names associated with these trips is because we know those may be subject to change. We know a lot's going to happen in the next few months here, and all we're seeking to accomplish today is to give you an initial bit of information so that you can begin to plan and maybe save over the summer, knowing that these trips are going to be rolled out in the fall when we come back to school and hit the ground running. So you should expect to be hearing more about this in the 2nd or 3rd week of school so we can begin fielding applications and nail down trip rosters. All right, we're at that point. We're going to start going through each of the trips. Mrs. Eva is going to start us talking through our missions and service trips.
Thank you. We have 3 to offer you this year. We're first going to Houston, Texas. This is working in the mission centers of Houston, mainly with the Hispanic community.
The next one we have is to San Francisco. This is a trip with a travel company called Joshua Expeditions, and we'll be serving local communities there with certain needs, anything from evangelism, homeless ministry, construction, or cleaning. Our last trip is also a trip we're doing with Joshua Expeditions, and similarly, we're going to be serving the lower income population, homeless, refugee, construction, and even some work with children's ministries as well.
Fantastic. I'm going to talk through our whole series of adventure trips. So that's next up in our category of trip offerings. And boy, do we have some really exciting things that we're going to be talking through here. We can flash that first trip up. Yeah, the first one is called Are You Shredding for Utah? And so this trip is going to be camped out in Park City. There will be a skiing element, but also a service element to the trip as well. So for this one, you got to be up for hitting the slopes and doing some downhill skiing. Next up is our Colorado Go West Young Man trip. This is one that we've run before, and this is targeted specifically for the young men in the school with a discipleship element, some life skills training, in addition to getting on the slopes and the beautiful resorts in Colorado and doing some downhill skiing there as well. Next up is our Sail Caribbean trip. As a counterpart to the Go West Young Man trip, this trip is an offering for the young women in the school, and really a great opportunity to connect as a community to sail the waters of the Caribbean and do some life skills training there as well. Also with a focus on a deep dive study into the Bible and a time of wonderful connection with the group of girls that will be going on the trip. Exploring the U.S. national parks. This will be a swing out west to explore some of what this country has to offer as far as natural beauty goes. And we'll end with just a beautiful overview of the Grand Canyon and some other amazing parks and landmarks out west. Next up is Alaska. Now, Mrs. Evie, Alaska in January.
It's going to be amazing.
What are we thinking here?
We're thinking bundle up, get ready, and go sledding with dogs.
Yeah, dog sledding, some just exploration of some of the beautiful natural sites in Anchorage, Alaska, potentially Northern Lights. I mean, it can't be that much colder than what we're going to be experiencing here in Chicago, right?
No, they say there is actually quite a wide range of temperature. But we've done Iceland in years past, and everyone came prepared. I never heard complaints because the sights and sounds similar to Alaska were just as amazing.
That sounds awesome. Although adventurous, right? You got to have an adventurous spirit to go to Alaska.
You got to be ready.
In January.
Prepped with the right gear.
Next category of trips will be our educational trips. Mrs. Eva will talk us through those.
Wonderful, thank you. Yes, we have 5 educational trips for you, starting with the very opposite of Alaska is Hawaii. We'll be going into Honolulu, experiencing the Hawaiian culture, traditions that they have there, some hiking on Waikiki Beach, a lot of history that is in Hawaii as well. Going to be gorgeous. The next one we have is the Civil Rights trip, and that is going to different states in the South, and that is a trip to engage in some dialogue and some hands-on experience with the people of our civil rights movement in the past. The next one we have is our marine science trip to Florida. This will also be incredible. You're exploring through marine biology, canoeing, kayaking, snorkeling, shark tagging, and even some marine life education as well. The next one we have is one we offer every year. It's our collab between a week of a class, and a week of a trip to Washington, D.C. The class is here on site, taught by a Wheaton Academy teacher, and then you take the trip the next week to Washington, D.C., and this goes towards your government class credit. Our last one we have here is the New York City Broadway and Culture trip. I'm really excited about this one because I love Broadway. This one, you will be able to see a couple Broadway shows. We're going to be touring some museums there and even some possible acting workshops.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mrs. Hebe. And I realized I got so captured by Alaska that I missed highlighting a trip. We flashed the slide. Could we put that slide back up really quickly here? Fishing in North Georgia. This would be for boys and girls interested in exploring some of the wildlife, some of the nature that North Georgia has to offer, with a specific emphasis on fishing skills and connecting as a community abroad in North Georgia there. So anyway, that's the last trip. We have some exciting offerings for next year. We are so thrilled with what's come together. Like I said, we'll be revealing more details like who's leading each of the trips come fall, but this is just an initial offering, initial idea of what's coming. And if you have any questions at any point between now and the end of the school year, do not hesitate to reach out to me or Mrs. Heavey. You can find our email addresses on our school's website. Mrs. Heavey is also here every Thursday all day, so if you want to try to catch her in person, that would be the day to do it. And yeah, hope you have a great afternoon, Wheaton Academy. Thanks so much for your attention. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
That looks like an amazing set of trips. Well, that will do it for this week's episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at WAtv and on YouTube at youtube.com/WheatonAcademy.org. And of course, for all of us at Studio 22, have a great day. Keep your head out of the shot, Jake.